You see that right there, don't you? Gen Z can FaceTime 3 friends, scroll TikTok, and order a boba tea, all without looking up from their phone. Meanwhile, boomers are wondering, why didn't we just call instead of texting, Kay?
Yeah, so what happens when these two worlds collide? Well, today we're learning how to build generational friendships, bridging the gap between back in the day, and there's an app for that. Life coach Marlene Boas is here to break it all down, and I'm still stunned by our conversation during the commercial break when you asked very simply.
You're stunned.
What did you ask?
I said, are you two in the same generation?
Yes, and I was waiting for Heather to answer.
And which I said, I find offense with that.
We have a slight age difference.
Yes, a little bit.
A little, it's okay. But we find the commonality and the differences and have fun with it.
Exactly.
Yes, and I think you guys are the model for intergenerational friendships.
Okay, good.
Because we see it, and you're often saying, do you remember when, or back and forth, and you share it, but what's really important is you appreciate each other's worldview.
I think that is so key. I mean, both sides have to be open to that, right?
Have to be open and understand how generations change. It's usually world events or some big economic crisis. For me as a boomer, it was the end of the Second World War. And my parents then raised me a certain way. So those things, then we have shared kind of identities, shared values about what we're living in as children. Usually the generations are based about your formative years and what you experience.
Well, I think that, a younger generation, I'm finding this now because I'm raising Gen Alpha and I think Generation Beta. I don't know if Rocco's Beta. But they will look at me and, what do you mean you don't know what this word means? And so there's this little bit of shock, and you can either take offense to it or you could say, well, tell me more.
That's right, and that's the key. Tell me more. Help me understand. Let's find where our commonalities are. Now, as a boomer, I think we have to be really careful that we aren't judgmental and we don't tell long-winded stories about back in the day. Okay, because that'll sort of end the friendship quickly, okay?
It's true, yeah. I mean, because everybody knows somebody who corners you and wants to tell you a story from back in the day, and you're like, yeah.
Exactly. Better to say.
Quit looking at me. I'm not one of those people. What is she looking at me?
But if we say, tell me about TikTok and how that fits in your life, and I'm trying to see what was important to me when I grew up and I was your age, and you have TikTok, and what did I have that did that same thing?
That brought people together in that way. Got it.
Let's talk about the benefits of doing this.
Okay.
Because really, I mean, there's benefits on both sides, both generations, right? And people may not realize how important it is.
It's so important. First of all, there's a loneliness epidemic.
Yeah.
We know this, yeah.
So whenever we can connect, it's good for ourselves, it's good for the other person, it's good for community. But we also then expand our worldviews both ways, into the future and back into the past. And then we see the commonalities of us being human, and then we share, and then we get close.
I think it's really interesting, too, because every younger generation that has ever existed has pushed back against the advice of their elders. And then they've come to find out with time and experience that, oh yeah, maybe they were right.
Right.
So we just have to open on both sides.
We have to be open on both sides, absolutely. And there is always pushback, and that's how society evolves and how things change.
Yeah.
I said we need to play board games. That brings everybody together.
I agree with you.
Back in my day, we used to sit around and
we
drink
would play
apple
a board
cider,
game.
play Monopoly.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Thank you, Marlene.
We love you, Marlene. Thanks. Marlene Boas is a certified life coach, and if you're looking to book a coaching session with her, just go to our website, pittsburghtodaylive.com.
We're not that far off. You're Gen X, I'm millennial.
Yeah, no, we're kind of close.